One day, the Lord told Jonah to go to the great city of Nineveh and say to the people, "The Lord has seen your terrible sin. You are doomed." But instead, Jonah ran away to the seaport city of Joppa, bought a ticket on a ship bound for Spain, got on the ship, and sailed away to escape. But the Lord made a strong wind blow. Such a bad storm came up that the ship was about to be broken to bits. The sailors were terrified and began to pray to their gods. All this time, Jonah was down below deck, sound asleep. And the captain of the ship came down and said to him, "How can you sleep at a time like this? Get up and pray to your God. Maybe your God will take pity on us and not have us be destroyed." The storm getting worse by the minute, and the sailors got together and said, "Let us roll dice to see who has caused this terrible storm." Turned out it was Jonah. And they began to say to him, "Are you the cause of this terrible storm? What is your business? Where are you from? What is your country? Who are your people?" Jonah said, "I'm a Hebrew. I worship the Lord God of heaven who made the sea and the dry land." When the sailors heard this, they were frightened because Jonah had already told them he was running from the Lord. They said to him, "Do you know what you have done?" The storm getting worse by the minute. And the sailor said to him, "What must we do with you to make the sea calm down?" Jonah said, "Throw me into the sea and it will calm down. I am the cause of this terrible storm." The sailors tried to row back to shore, but they couldn't do it. And the storm was getting worse by the minute. So they prayed to the Lord God, "Please don't let us drown for taking this man's life. Don't hold us guilty for taking and killing an innocent man. All this happened because you wanted it to." And they took Jonah and they threw him into the sea. And the sea calmed down. The sailors were so frightened, they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made all kinds of promises. And the Lord sent a big fish to swallow Jonah. Whoop, 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 wow. And Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. From inside the fish, Jonah began to pray to the Lord his God. "When I was in trouble, Lord, I prayed to you, and you listened to me. From deep from the world of the dead, I begged for your help, and you answered my prayer. You threw me down to the bottom of the sea, the water swirling all around me. I was completely covered by your mighty wave. I thought I'd been swept away from your sight, never again to see your holy temple. I almost drowned by the waters churning around me, seaweed wrapped around my head. I sank down below the underwater mountains. I knew I'd be a prisoner there forever. But you, O Lord, listened to me. When my life was slipping away, I remembered you, and in your holy temple, you heard my prayer. Those who worship worthless idols turn away from the God of mercy. But with shouts of praise, I will offer a sacrifice to you, my Lord, and keep my promise to you. For you are the one who has the power to save." And the Lord commanded the fish to vomit Jonah up on the shore. And it did. Whoop, 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 blah. Once again, the Lord commanded Jonah to go to the city of Nineveh and preach his message of doom. And Jonah obeyed the Lord and went to Nineveh. The city was so big, it took 3 days just to walk through it. After walking for a day, Jonah said to the people, "The Lord has seen your terrible sin. You are doomed. In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed." And the people believed God's message. And they set aside a time when they would fast. Everyone in the city, no matter who they were, dressed in sackcloth. When the king of Nineveh heard what was happening, he also dressed in sackcloth, left the palace, and went out and sat in the dust. Then he and his officials sent out an order for everyone in the city to obey. "All of you, none of you, or your animals may eat or drink a thing. All of you have to put on sackcloth, even put it on your animals. You must pray to the Lord God with all your heart, and stop being sinful and cruel. Maybe God will have a change of mind and not destroy us." And when God saw that the people had stopped doing evil things, God did change his mind and not destroy them as had been planned. Now Jonah was very upset, and he began to pray to the Lord God. "Lord, I knew you wouldn't destroy Nineveh. That's why I left my own country and headed for Spain. You are a kind and merciful God, always showing love. And you're reluctant to punish anyone, even foreigners. So why don't you just let me die? I wish I were dead." And God said, "What right do you have to be angry?" And then Jonah left the city by the east gate and made a shelter to protect him from the sun, and sat in the shelter to see what would happen to Nineveh. And the Lord made a vine grow up and shade Jonah's head from the sun. And Jonah was very happy to have the vine. But the next day the Lord sent a worm to chew on the vine, and the vine dried up. Later in the day, the Lord sent a scorching wind, and the sun beat on Jonah's head, making him feel faint. Jonah said, "I wish I were dead. I want to die." And the Lord said, "Are you angry about the vine?" Jonah said, "Yes, I am angry about the vine." God said, "You are so angry about a vine that you did not plant or take care of, one that grew up one day and died the next." In that city of Nineveh, there are over 120,000 people, not to mention a lot of cattle. And don't you think I ought to be concerned about them?